Hi, my name is Bobby Bain. I am the manager for the Course Management Educational Technology Systems, and that is through Information Services. So what that entails is the Blackboard Learn system and any of the technologies that are used within that system. So that's what we're going to go over today. What is Blackboard Learn? I'm sure that a lot of you, when you were students, you used it for online classes. So it's the official course management supported system throughout the university. Not everyone is mandated to use it, but we do encourage all faculty to use it if they're going to be doing online classes. We have support options in our department for all users. That includes the students as well. But my department doesn't strictly, but they work mostly with the faculty and the grad assistants. The Blackboard Learn also can integrate with other applications throughout the university, those supported in my department and also outside. As Vanessa mentioned, that you can get sources and services through the library as well as other areas and link those directly into Blackboard Learn. This course management system provides an abundance amount of tools that faculty, grad students, teaching assistants can use to utilize and better prepare the students for better experience in their online learning. It also gives a good interface, an easy interface for sharing content. So in other words, if you don't have a 100% online class, you can still use Blackboard Learn to share files, to share videos, to share maybe discussion boards, or just use it as a hybrid course where you still meet in person, but you also can utilize the tools in Blackboard Learn. As I just said, some of the things that you can do within Blackboard Learn, you can upload and manage content. Maybe you can just use it as a place to house your syllabus and other files, so then that way students don't have to keep a hard copy of a file, keep all electronic files. There, you can do grading and securely. We just had an application this past semester where now the grades can automatically be pushed to the information services and the student information system for final grading. You can perform online assignments and online testing. Those are two totally different things. You can have an assignment where a student has to actually upload a file, and you can grade that directly within the course, return that file electronically to the student with notation and a grade on that, and they can have that in their grading system. You can also do tests. There is probably about 15 different test versions that you can do within Blackboard Learn, everything from essay to true false to multiple choice and others. There's the ability to use blogs, journals, and discussion boards. Discussion boards is probably one of the most widely used tools in the Blackboard Learn system because it then creates that environment for the students, especially for the 100% online where they're not seeing each other in person. It creates that environment to where they still feel that connection with their fellow classmates. You can also do announcements and feedback to the students throughout the Blackboard Learn. Announcements are a great tool within Blackboard Learn to be able to communicate with your students. And again, if you're using it for a hybrid class, it's also a great tool because sometimes in between classes, you need to communicate with your students. And if you use an announcement, that announcement can also be sent directly to their Kent State email, as well as seeing it within the Blackboard Learn system. There's video desktop conferencing that you can do for online course interaction. You can share whiteboards, you can do that, and meet electronically and be able to communicate with the students via desktop conferencing. There's also the ability to share recorded lectures and other videos. The video integration system is very good. The one that we're doing now this semester starting out and we're pushing it is Kaltura, and it integrates directly within Blackboard Learn, and you can do everything within the system. So these are some of the integrated tools. Collaborate is the web conferencing system. This is just so you can get to know some of the terminology because you're going to probably hear that if you're using the Blackboard Learn. Respondus Test Maker for the instructors. They can actually use this Respondent to help generate tests. Then there's the lockdown browser for the students' end, and it's also done through Respondus, but the lockdown browser for the student, this is to help deter from cheating. You can force students to use this and not allow them to use just a generic browser. And this browser stops them from opening other programs, from opening other browsers, and it just really locks it down for them. You can also integrate Scantron in there to upload to the Grade Center. Kaltura, as I mentioned before, is our video sharing platform. SafeAssign is a plagiarism tool. As Vanessa was also mentioning, we really have to keep on our toes about the plagiarism. And in the assignments in Blackboard Learn, it's an integrated tool within the assignment that, as a faculty member, as a teaching assistant, you can actually put your students' assignments directly into an international database and check against plagiarism. And this is automatic. You don't have to do anything extra. There's also publishers' content that can be integrated into Blackboard Learn. McGraw-Hill, Cengage, many of the big publishers are already in here, and what that does is that allows the faculty member to use content that's in their system and integrate it directly into Blackboard Learn without reinventing the wheel. So how do you get to Blackboard Learn? The preferred method is to go directly to learn.kent.edu. This is the reason for the preferred method of going directly and not going through Flashline, especially if you're going to be in there for a long time. Flashline tends to time people out for security reasons, and that's a very good reason. But especially for students, if they're taking an exam, they're going to get kicked out, and they could have problems if they go through Flashline. So we really ask folks to go through the learn.kent.edu. If they happen to be in Flashline and they want to just go directly in there with the new Flashline, I'm sure everybody has seen that now, you have to click on the applications box there and then select Blackboard would be the first selection. So how do you get your courses ready? If this is a brand new course, then you are going to have a blank slate. You're going to have a shell out there that the department scheduler has set up for you. If the course is not showing and you know that this course should be showing in Blackboard Learn, you go into Flashline and you're going to go ahead and you sync your account, and then that will generate a process for Banner to tell Learn that you need your course. One nice tool and service that we provide, and I'm sure that all of you are aware that many courses have different sections. And in order to keep just better management of those, we provide a service of combining those multiple sections. What we need from you, though, is for you to fill out a form in order for us to do this. This is not something that the faculty can do yourselves. You have to do that through my office. And if you go to kent.edu/Blackboard, right on the home page is a link to that form. And all you have to do is fill that out, and then we perform the function, and you will receive an email saying that your course has been combined. What that does, the students aren't affected in any way. They will still be able to log into the course just the way they would if it was not combined. This is just better management for the faculty, so you're not in and out, creating 5 different courses, creating content for 5 different courses, grading and going throughout the system. If you have students that are missing, let's say you're saying that your Flashline roster does not match your Blackboard Learn roster, and you have done that sync that we talked about earlier, we need you to submit a ticket through support.kent.edu. Calling our office, we can do that, but we really prefer the ticket method so we can do tracking and make sure that we're covering all of our bases. Instructors can manually add users. We kind of frown upon that, though, for tracking purposes, but you can manually add and enroll users into a course. For instance, maybe the primary faculty member may need to enroll you as a GA or a TA into that course, and they are able to do that. So getting the course ready. So let's say, for instance, this course has been taught multiple times throughout prior semesters. Copying content from one course to another is a very big deal because that prevents the fact of reinventing the wheel every single semester. So a faculty member would do that by going into the Blackboard Learn course, their old course, the course from the previous semester, and performing a function called course copy. We do have instructions on our Blackboard Learn site for that as well. If they go to kent.edu/Blackboard, again, right on the main page, it's very important. And if you're performing this function for your faculty member, or if they're doing that, please share this with them, because if you miss some of the steps, it could be a problem, and you could have to recreate content. So some other tips for getting your courses ready: make sure that you're using a compatible browser, and also share this information with your student. This may be something you could even put in the syllabus or a course welcome. Mozilla Firefox and Google Chrome are the most widely used and least problematic browsers that are used within Blackboard Learn. You're also going to want to enable pop-ups, because sometimes that, and again, this is all information that also needs to be shared with the students. You need to enable pop-ups, because that could happen if you do a test or an assessment, and if you're grading a student's assignment and you don't have that pop-up enabled, you may not be able to grade the assignment. Make sure that Java is installed and it's the most recent update of Java, and you can do that very simply by going to java.com. When uploading documents, syllabus, assignments, any type of document, please, if you're setting the course up, or again, please share this with your faculty, use PDF file format. If you use a Word format, there's 4 reasons why you shouldn't use that. Number one, you have no idea if the student on the other end has that program. If they do not have Word on the computer that they are reading this, they're not going to be able to see the document, and they're going to get an error. The second reason is that you don't know what version that everyone has. As we all know, Microsoft's been around forever, and there's multiple versions of that. So there could be a compatibility issue as well. And you also don't know what type of computer they're using, whether you're using a Mac or a PC. So again, there's a compatibility issue. Also, the one thing is, if they're doing a PDF, that uploads directly into the course. They can view it right there on the screen. They don't have to do anything other than click a link. If you use a Word or other type of Microsoft file, the student is going to have to download that file. Now, also mentioning the compatibility issues, now that content is on the student's file. The faculty's content is now on that student's computer. That student now has the ability to edit and take that material as their own. So this is why I really encourage folks. The PDF, yes, there is a software out there that can edit PDFs, but it's about $500 or $600, and I'm not thinking a lot of students are going to own this software. So please encourage your faculty to utilize the PDF. Any Microsoft Office document, Excel, anything like that can be changed to a PDF. So please encourage them to do that. You can also upload videos and store your videos on video.kent.edu, which is Kaltura, and you can directly integrate them into Blackboard Learn. So here's another educational technology that you can utilize within Blackboard Learn, and that is the Dropbox. Most people have probably heard of Dropbox outside of the university. This is something that can be used in other areas as well. And Dropbox is basically an area that we provide to upload large files. A lot of folks also use Google, the Google sharing. The Dropbox is very similar, but it's more for large file sharing, maybe executable files if they're in maybe the computer application area. But it is temporary. This isn't something that's going to last forever. If that information sits out there for too long, you will get an email from my department saying, hey, you've got this stuff sitting out there, are you going to use it? And if not, please dispose of it. KSU Presenter is another educational tool that you can also integrate into Blackboard Learn. And KSU Presenter is the ability to take a PowerPoint presentation, upload it, and basically turn it into a video with voiceover. And you can do all of that within that particular program. You go to presenter.kent.edu, log in with your Flashline username and password, and you will be able to upload a PowerPoint presentation and be able to edit it and add audio to each individual slide and make it into a video type movie. Kaltura, for some of you who've maybe been around for a little while, you've probably heard the KSU tube. Please erase that from your memory. KSU tube is going away this semester, and we're really encouraging folks to not even use it anymore, but to use Kaltura. This is a much more robust program and video platform where you can house and record video directly on there. We also have what they call a mashup tool within Blackboard Learn, where you can click on that tool and it'll actually bring up your Kaltura account and seamlessly integrate that video within your course. One thing I want to stress is both for you and faculty, and especially with the faculty, sometimes say, oh, here, just take my password and log in under my account. Don't do that. Don't share passwords. Do not take your faculty password. There is actual policy in information services and for the university about prohibiting and frowning upon the use of or sharing of passwords. And here's some support resources that may be beneficial to you and your faculty. 24/7 help, call the help desk at this number. You can also call my department and my office at that number. We're there Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and we are there for support faculty. You can submit a support ticket if none of these other options are available or if you don't have ready access to a phone. If you go to kent.edu/Blackboard and you click on Tools for Faculty, Training Workshops, there's the ability to do individual consultation. Now, my department is only working with actually using the tools in Blackboard. We do not work with designing the course and setting the course up to make it look user-friendly. That course design is for the Office of Continuing Studies and Distance Education, and you can get help from them as well at kent.edu/online teaching. And is there any questions? Thank you.